Welcome to our channel. Today we bring you a topic that will leave you speechless. Have you ever heard of Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet? Cayce is one of the most fascinating figures of the 20th century, known for his incredible psychic abilities and his astonishing predictions. But did you know he had shocking revelations about Jesus before he died? His visions have caused amazement and controversy worldwide. In this video, we will explore Cayce's prophecies about Jesus and why they are leaving everyone in shock. What secrets did Cayce reveal? What can these visions teach us about spirituality and the life of Jesus? Stay with us until the end to discover them. You can't miss it. The revelations of Edgar Cayce. Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, is one of the most enigmatic and fascinating figures in modern history. Born in 1877 in Kentucky, Cayce developed psychic abilities from a young age, which led him to perform thousands of readings on topics as varied as health, reincarnation, and spirituality. However, one of the most impactful areas of his visions was the figure of Jesus. Cayce would enter a deep trance to perform his readings, during which he accessed information that he claimed came from a universal source of knowledge, which some call the Akashic records. It was in this state that Cayce had numerous visions and revelations about the life and mission of Jesus. These visions not only complemented biblical accounts, but also offered additional and, in some cases, different details. Cayce didn't just speak about the events described in the Gospels. He also provided information about Jesus' so-called lost years, a period not documented in the Bible. According to Cayce, Jesus traveled extensively during these years, visiting places like India, Persia, and Egypt to learn from different spiritual masters. This approach suggests that Jesus was not only a divine teacher, but also a fervent student of global spiritual wisdom. Among Cayce's many revelations, some of the most impactful concern the true nature and mission of Jesus. According to Cayce, Jesus did not come to the world solely to redeem humanity from its sins, but to demonstrate the divine potential that resides in every human being. Cayce claimed that Jesus was the perfect example of what we could all achieve through love, compassion, and alignment with the divine will. Cayce also prophesied about the second coming of Christ. However, his visions did not describe this event as a physical appearance, but rather as a collective spiritual awakening. According to Cayce, the second coming would be an internal transformation within humanity, a rebirth of the Spirit of Christ in each individual. This interpretation notably differs from traditional apocalyptic visions and offers a more hopeful and personal perspective on humanity's spiritual future. Another shocking prophecy from Cayce is his assertion that Jesus had a special connection with several historical and spiritual figures. For example, Cayce identified Jesus with the mythical Melchizedek, the priest-king mentioned in the Bible, suggesting that both were incarnations of the same divine spirit. This idea of reincarnation and the continuity of the soul across different lives is a recurring theme in Cayce's readings. Cayce's revelations about Jesus have been interpreted in various ways by religious scholars. Some see in his visions a confirmation of the divinity and universal mission of Jesus, while others consider them a radical reinterpretation of traditional teachings. One of the most common interpretations is that Cayce's visions offer a synthesis of the world's spiritual traditions, presenting Jesus not only as a Christian figure, but as a universal teacher whose teachings transcend religious boundaries. This ecumenical vision has resonated with many people in the modern era, where interreligious dialogue and the search for universal spirituality are increasingly common. Moreover, Cayce's revelations about Jesus' divine nature and his message of love and compassion have been a source of inspiration for many. His readings have motivated countless individuals to explore their own spirituality and seek a deeper connection with the divine. However, controversy has also followed Cayce's work. Some critics argue that his visions are too far removed from traditional Christian doctrine and may lead to confusion or religious syncretism. Despite these criticisms, Cayce's readings have maintained a lasting influence and continue to be the subject of study and debate. In summary, Edgar Cayce's revelations about Jesus offer a unique and deeply spiritual vision of one of the most important figures in history. Whether accepted as divine truths or questioned as personal interpretations, there is no doubt that Cayce's visions have left an indelible mark on modern understanding of Jesus and his message. Edgar Cayce's spiritual connection to Jesus. Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, is a fascinating figure in the history of spirituality and metaphysics. Through his trances, Cayce accessed profound knowledge that covered various aspects of life and spirituality, including his connection with Jesus. This connection manifested in specific visions and dreams, as well as interpretations that shed new light on biblical teachings and have had a significant impact on modern spirituality. During his trance sessions, Edgar Cayce had numerous visions and dreams involving Jesus. One of the most notable is Cayce's claim that Jesus, during his undocumented years in the Bible, traveled to places like India, Persia, and Egypt. According to Cayce, during these travels, Jesus studied with spiritual masters from various traditions, absorbing knowledge that would enrich his own spiritual mission. This vision suggests that Jesus was not only a divine teacher, but also a student of universal wisdom. Cayce also described personal encounters with Jesus in his visions. In one of them, Cayce recounted how Jesus appeared to him wrapped in radiant light, conveying a message of love and service. In another dream, Jesus spoke to him about the importance of humility and unconditional love, reinforcing the basic teachings of the Bible, but with a depth that Cayce interpreted as a guide for humanity. These visions not only strengthened Cayce's faith, but also offered his followers a more intimate and personal vision of Jesus. Cayce's visions are often compared to biblical accounts, though they provide additional details that enrich traditional understanding. For example, the idea that Jesus traveled and learned from other spiritual masters is not present in the Gospels, but this narrative complements the figure of Jesus as a seeker of universal truth. This ecumenical aspect of Cayce's visions suggests a broader connection between Jesus and the various spiritual traditions of the world. Cayce also related Jesus to Melchizedek, an enigmatic figure from the Old Testament who is described as a priest and king of Salem. According to Cayce, Jesus and Melchizedek were incarnations of the same divine spirit, suggesting a continuity of the soul across different beings and historical figures. This vision of reincarnation and soul continuity is a recurring theme in Cayce's readings, offering a broader perspective on spirituality and divinity. Cayce also interpreted the miracles of Jesus from a metaphysical perspective. Instead of viewing them solely as divine acts, he considered them examples of human potential when one is aligned with the divine will. This suggests that miracles are not exclusive to Jesus, but that all human beings have the capacity to perform miraculous acts if they develop their spirituality and connect deeply with the divine. Cayce's revelations have had a lasting impact on modern spirituality, inspiring many to explore beyond traditional religious teachings. His holistic and ecumenical approach has resonated in an era where interfaith dialogue and the search for universal spirituality are becoming more common. Cayce promoted the idea that spirituality is not confined to a single religion or doctrine, but is a universal and personal experience. His visions of Jesus as a spiritual teacher who sought and absorbed wisdom from various traditions have encouraged many to explore different spiritual paths and to find the common thread of love and compassion that unites all religions. The notion of reincarnation and soul continuity has also found significant resonance in modern spirituality. Many people look to Cayce's readings for guidance in understanding their past lives and how these influence their present. This has led to a deeper understanding of life and existence as a continuous journey of spiritual growth and learning. In summary, Edgar Cayce's spiritual connection to Jesus offers a unique and deeply inspiring vision of one of the most important figures in history. His visions not only complement biblical accounts, but also invite a broader, ecumenical exploration of spirituality, promoting a message of love, service, and unity that continues to resonate in the modern world. Reactions and controversies. The revelations of Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, have sparked numerous reactions and controversies since they first came to light. His visions and readings, which encompass a wide range of topics, including spirituality, health, and reincarnation, have generated both admiration and skepticism. In particular, his claims about Jesus have provoked intense and varied responses. The religious community reacted in mixed ways to Cayce's revelations. For many traditional Christians, Cayce's claims about Jesus were seen as heretical. The idea that Jesus traveled to places like India and Egypt to learn from other spiritual masters contradicted the conventional teaching that Jesus was divine from birth and did not need to learn from any other source. This perspective also challenged the exclusivity of Christian revelation, suggesting that other religions and spiritual traditions held value and truth. Furthermore, the notion of reincarnation, central to many of Cayce's readings, was particularly controversial. Most Christian denominations do not accept reincarnation, considering it incompatible with the doctrines of resurrection and eternal life, as taught in traditional Christianity. This led many religious leaders to denounce Cayce's teachings and warn their congregations against straying from orthodoxy. However, not all reactions were negative. Some progressive religious leaders and members of more open spiritual communities found in Cayce's readings a source of inspiration and a call to a more inclusive and universal spirituality. These individuals saw in Cayce's teachings an opportunity to enrich their understanding of Jesus and spirituality by integrating concepts from various religious traditions. Experts and critics have widely debated the validity and value of Cayce's revelations. Defenders of Cayce, including many scholars of metaphysics and spirituality, argue that his readings are a valuable source of spiritual wisdom and that his ability to access deep and detailed knowledge is a testament to his psychic gifts. Skeptics, on the other hand, argue that Cayce's readings lack scientific evidence and that many of his claims are impossible to verify. Some have suggested that Cayce's visions may have been a product of his subconscious or imagination rather than genuine access to divine or universal knowledge. They have also questioned the accuracy and consistency of his readings, pointing out that some of his prophecies have not come true. Despite the criticisms, Cayce has maintained a considerable following of supporters who continue to study and apply his teachings. His legacy remains a source of inspiration and debate in the field of spirituality and metaphysics. For many of his followers, Edgar Cayce's revelations have had a profound and transformative impact on their faith and spirituality. Cayce's teachings on reincarnation, holistic healing, and the divine nature of Jesus have provided a new perspective and deeper understanding of their relationship with the divine. Cayce's followers have found in his readings a source of comfort and spiritual guidance. The idea that every person has a purpose and that our actions and decisions in this life affect our future lives has inspired many to live more consciously and compassionately. Moreover, the notion that we all have the potential to connect with the divine and perform miraculous acts has empowered his followers to explore their own spirituality and seek a deeper connection with God. Cayce's teachings have also promoted a more inclusive and ecumenical view of spirituality. By suggesting that Jesus learned from various spiritual traditions, Cayce promoted the idea that all religions hold value and that spiritual truth can be found in many forms. This has led many of his followers to explore and respect different spiritual paths, fostering a sense of unity and understanding among various religious communities. In conclusion, Edgar Cayce's revelations have generated a wide range of reactions and controversies, from rejection and criticism to admiration and inspiration. While some have questioned the validity of his visions, many have found in his teachings a valuable source of spiritual guidance and an invitation to a more inclusive and universal spirituality. Impact of the revelations in today's world. Edgar Cayce's revelations have had a profound and lasting impact on today's world, influencing a wide variety of people and communities. His readings and visions, which encompass everything from health and spirituality to reincarnation and dream interpretation, have left an indelible mark on the way many people view life and their connection with the divine. Numerous prominent figures have acknowledged the influence of Edgar Cayce in their lives. One of the most well-known examples is Dr. Wayne Dyer, a renowned author and speaker in the field of personal development and self-help. Dyer mentioned Cayce in several of his writings and lectures, noting how Cayce's teachings on reincarnation and spiritual connection helped him better understand his purpose and live according to deeper spiritual principles. Another notable example is Jess Stern, a journalist and author who wrote several books about Cayce, including Edgar Cayce, The Sleeping Prophet. Stern not only documented Cayce's readings, but also explored how his visions could be applied in daily life, helping to popularize Cayce's teachings and make them accessible to a wider audience. Edgar Cayce's revelations continue to have a significant impact on modern spirituality, particularly through the Association for Research and Enlightenment, ARE, the organization Cayce founded in 1931. The ARE remains a center for spiritual and metaphysical studies, offering a wide range of educational resources, lectures, and publications based on Cayce's readings. One of the most influential aspects of Cayce's teachings is his holistic approach to health. Cayce promoted the idea that physical, mental, and spiritual health are interconnected and that true healing requires addressing all these aspects. This perspective has resonated with modern integrative medicine, which combines conventional medical practices with alternative and complementary therapies. Cayce's teachings on reincarnation have also had a lasting impact. The idea that our current lives are influenced by past lives has led many people to explore past life regression as a tool for emotional and spiritual healing. This approach has been adopted by New Age therapists and practitioners who use regression techniques to help their clients resolve trauma and gain a better understanding of their current lives. The stories of people whose lives have been transformed by Edgar Cayce's teachings are numerous and varied. One example is the case of Gladys Davis Turner, who started as Cayce's secretary and ended up dedicating her life to preserving and promoting his teachings. Turner was instrumental in the creation and expansion of the ARE, and her devotion to Cayce's teachings led her to a life of service and significant contribution to the spiritual well-being of thousands of people. Another inspiring story is that of Kevin J. Todeschi, current CEO and Executive Director of the ARE and author of several books on Cayce. Todeschi discovered Cayce's teachings in his youth and found in them spiritual guidance that shaped his life and career. His work with the ARE has helped spread Cayce's teachings worldwide, offering support and resources to people seeking spiritual growth and healing. Moreover, many individuals have reported personal experiences of transformation through the application of Cayce's teachings in their lives. Stories of miraculous healings, discoveries of life purpose, and deep spiritual connections are common among Cayce's followers. These personal experiences not only validate Cayce's teachings, but also inspire others to explore and adopt his principles in their own lives. In conclusion, the impact of Edgar Cayce's revelations in the modern world is vast and multifaceted. From influencing prominent figures and spiritual movements to transforming the lives of ordinary people, Cayce's teachings continue to be a source of inspiration and spiritual guidance. His holistic approach to health, his vision of reincarnation, and his deep spiritual connection offer people a path to healing and personal growth that continues to resonate today. Don't miss our next video, Edgar Cayce, the Sleeping Prophet. His predictions for 2024 are coming true. Discover Cayce's astonishing visions and how they are affecting the world today. Click here to watch it now and stay informed about the future. We'll be waiting for you.